because it soaks up. So if you use a lot of coconut flour, then your baked goods are gonna be really dry.
Pretty much everything that you're saying, it's not gonna retain well.
I've got a chocolate dessert for you today. If you love chocolate, if you love brownies, but you're gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, this recipe's for you. This is a paleo brownie recipe. He's made it okay, he's never made it, but you've eaten it.
Yeah.
Probably hundreds of times.
I've eaten it really well.
I know.
Whole pans full.
So today, I'm gonna teach him how to bake. So this will be really fun because Zach is more of a wing it kind of guy.
No.
See? And baking is kind of precise. So are you ready to learn how to bake paleo brownies?
Yeah.
First things first, this is a good tip for baking in general, but you want to cut the parchment paper and put parchment paper in the bottom so that you can easily pull the brownies out so you can cut them perfectly. So this is a trick for how to cut parchment paper. You're going to cut a square of your parchment paper, and then all you do is cut a corner, a slit in the corner. Did you know this?
I didn't, but I just found a piece of gum in my back pocket.
Cool. So the great thing about this is, and then you just push it down and then it like stays in there just like that. So cool. Now that you have your parchment paper in your pan that you're gonna make the brownies in, you just make the brownies. The next thing is making the recipe, and all you need is one bowl, which is amazing for this recipe. One bowl to clean, no extra steps, really easy. So give me the almond butter.
How much is this? How much almond butter?
This is a cup of almond butter. You could also use cashew butter or
peanut butter?
Yeah, you could use peanut butter, but peanut butter is not technically paleo, but if you just wanted a healthier, you could use peanut butter, cashew butter. All right, now we've got half a cup of coconut sugar. Going right in there.
Looks like brown sugar.
We've got a third a cup of maple syrup where your hand is. Thanks.
See, I already knew.
You knew.
What next? What next?
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
That's like a
you could experiment with this.
It's a really big bowl for a teaspoon.
This is where you could get.
We don't have any smaller bowls.
This is where you could get a little heavy-handed with the vanilla if you want. That's your creativity. Eggs. So you've got 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk.
Notice how she doesn't trust me to do anything. She's just telling me how to do it.
Okay, that's it. That's the wet ingredients. So we're gonna whisk it up. It's gonna be kind of thick. So you'll know that you're done whisking when there aren't any more yellow streaks coming through it, so you'll know all of the eggs are incorporated. So once you stop seeing yellow streaks, that's when you know you're done whisking. Zach, do you see any yellow streaks?
There's a yellow hue to it.
No, there's not.
On the outside, a little bit. I think you need to keep going.
All right, we're done.
I feel like I'm a construction worker for the state right now.
Just
like watching other people do the work.
All right.
Like there's always like 7 people there.
Watching?
Yeah,
I used to work at ODOT, so we got that complaint often, okay? We've got a third a cup of cocoa powder. Okay, and then we need 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. That is all the flour that's in this recipe, only 2 tablespoons. So coconut flour actually absorbs a ton of moisture, so you don't use as much coconut flour in a recipe as you would like an almond flour or traditional flour, because it soaks up. So if you use a lot of coconut flour, then your baked goods are gonna be really dry.
Pretty much everything that you're saying, it's not gonna retain well.
Maybe if I keep saying it over and over and over.
Just repeat.
Okay, we've got a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of baking soda.
Cool.
That's all.
Do we do this? Yep.
And that's coming next. You gotta mix in the...
Little fun fact, Molly is a stickler for eating any sort of ingredient before the recipe's done.
Yep. Stop. Like, or if people
Just one more.
People eat my cookie dough.
Oh yeah. During Christmas time.
That really.
I put on like.
That really grinds my gears.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Cookie dough is better than cookies.
This is like the most chocolatiest.
Can you
This looks just like a regular brownie mix. Would you even know that this is paleo?
No.
Okay, so here's the thing. You can add that. You can add that in, but don't put all of it because we're gonna save some for the top. Okay.
Some for the top.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about this recipe? eating it.
Yeah, eating it, honestly.
Last night, I was like, hey, do you want a brownie? He's like, yeah, grab me a couple.
But there's a bite missing from one of them.
I don't know where that came from. Okay, this is it. This is all you do. One bowl. This is a great recipe to make with kids, so Coop would love it. That's our daughter. All right, grab our pan that we just prepped. It's really sticky, which is good for a brownie recipe. Look at that, look at that. What do you think?
Looks like unbaked brownies.
Don't leave any batter behind.
No batter behind.
No batter left behind.
And here's the thing, how much you guys want to bet that after this, I get stuck doing the dishes? I haven't even touched a dish yet. I'm gonna do the dishes.
Yeah. Whoever cooks doesn't have to clean.
No.
Isn't that the rule? These actually rise really well. Get fudgy.
Chocolate.
Chocolate on the top. This is not like a lot of brownie recipes don't always do this, but we're doing this because I like
Can we make a special design in it? Like write a big old Z.
You could, that would be kind of cool, but we're not doing that today.
Wow.
We've got our brownie batter in the pan. We're gonna throw this in the oven at 350 for about 25-ish minutes, more or less.
Do you want me to open it? Can I do something?
Yeah, you can open it.
All right, so they baked 25-ish minutes.
25 to 30.
All right, we pulled them out, we brought them out. Now we get to eat.
Yeah.
What do we do next?
Let them cool for like 10, 15 so they're a little bit set and then eat. I know.
The waiting's hard.
Okay, so this is where the parchment paper comes in handy because now you can easily pull it out. I'm gonna pull it out.
Yeah, let's do this. The first thing that I'm doing, if I
it's gonna break in half.
Break.
Nice.
Brutal.
Okay.
So can I pull these sides off?
Yeah. Look at that. Then you just cut it
Beautiful.
into squares. The melty chocolate on the top, doesn't that look really good? Are you doing
What are
big
we doing?
pieces?
I'm doing big pieces.
Do 9.
I'm doing 3 by 3.
The recipe calls for 16, so you would do 4 and 4, but let's go 3 and 3.
Yeah.
For your manly appetite. Felt right.
They look super good.
Yeah, they do.
I know what we're having for dinner tonight.
Chocolate. I'll take that.
I'm not done with it yet.
Oh, sorry. So this is one bowl to clean, gluten-free, dairy-free, great for kids, great baking with kids, great for husbands. Now tell us what you think about it, go.
It's super good.
Extra chocolatey, extra fudgy. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and making these paleo brownies. I'd love to keep hanging out, so check out this recipe.